Okay, so here we have the battle that is set up, okay? Just the general overlay, we are in a swampy area, and it is the clones versus the droids, specifically the 212th, led by General Kenobi and Commander Cody, versus a platoon of battle droids and super battle droids led by Asajj Ventress over there. The general rule, I guess the goal of this game is going to be to control as many base plates as possible. More base plates than the enemy team. So each base plate is a regular sized base plate, and a unit can be on the base plate, and they'll be in a specific base plate, and simply the team that has the most number of units in a given base plate control that base plate. And there's 9 base plates. This is a 3x3 game board here. So out of 9, the team that has the most number of base plates controlled will win the battle, thus them controlling most of the battlefield. So as you can see, currently the droids control this one, this one, this base plate, and this base plate. I guess we'll just call them sectors for now. And then the clones control this sector, this sector, this sector, and then these 2 sectors. There's not too many clones in this sector, but they still are in control of that because there's no droids contesting it. Now, if there is a unit or a trooper on one stud of each base plate, then they will have to choose which one they want to be in. They cannot be in both at the same time. They'll have to pick one or the other. Okay, so I'm gonna pull out my handheld camera here, and we'll try and get a little up close and personal with some of this stuff. So as we can see here, we have General Kenobi and Commander Cody leading the 212th right there. Then we just have some more 212th scattered about. We've got some 212th here in this trench, in this swamp area. We've got some more back here. We've got a little sniper outpost here with some rocket launcher, airborne troops, some more troops here, and we got some swamp speeders. So generally this force is protecting this command post, okay, this little clone base that they've got back here, okay. And then we've got just some regular battle droid forces, some super battle droid forces back here, some more battle droid forces, some spider droids. We've got Asajj Ventress over here, and some more battle droids over this way as well. And I'll zoom out so you can kind of see the whole battlefield. The droids are moving this way, and the clones are moving this way. All right. So when it comes to movement of these units, each squad has basically a leader here. As you can see with the battle droids, it's this guy with the little antenna backpack. With these guys, it's the rocket launcher here. With the super battle droids, let's see if I can get up in there. Super battle droids, it's the guy with his arm, raised. And then for clones, it's pretty much the antennas or the visors. And basically, this one has the guy with the rocket launcher. Basically, the movement and attacks are done through the squad leader here. Very similar to Star Wars Legion. Okay. So this battle is the 2/12. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 squads of regular 2/12. We have an officer squad here. We have an airborne squad here. We have a sniper in his nest. We've got 2 swamp speeders, General Kenobi, Commander Cody, and we've got 2 engineers back here manning this command post. Here we've got a regular B1 squad, a B2 squad, a B1 squad with a rocket launcher, regular squad, rocket launcher squad, B2s, some more regular squads back there and over there, and then 2 spider droids. Asajj Ventress and an engineer there. Okay. These teams are fairly balanced. The clones are outnumbered when it comes to infantry, but hopefully Commander Cody and General Kenobi can turn the tides of the battle. Okay. The droids don't really have too much when it comes to equipment other than the rocket launchers and some binoculars that extend their range of attack, but the clones are outfitted with quite a few things. Got the rocket launchers here, some binoculars, some droid poppers over there. They also have some Bacta syringes that can heal downed friendlies. They also have a medical droid here, which can heal downed, wounded troopers. And so, back to the premise of the game. One sector is controlled by whoever has the most units within that sector. These two are slightly different, where as long as each one of these engineers here are manning this command post here, they count as 2 each. But if they are not sitting down commanding that center, they only count as 1. And then in the swamp here, each unit inside of these little arches inside the swamp here count as 2 as well. Okay. So that's pretty much the premise of the game. We're gonna get started here pretty quickly. I just have some pieces here that indicate damage being done to like the swamp speeder, any kind of vehicle. This indicates the type of damage. These also indicate squad leaders, but for the clones versus droids, we don't really need that. It's mainly for rebels versus Imperials. I also have a card here that indicates the number of wounds that each of the heroes have, because they can take wounds. The regular troops can't, but the heroes can. I also have some custom special cards. We have Obi-Wan Kenobi's. He can use mind tricks to force an enemy infantry unit to attack its own units. Commander Cody, if there's 4 or more 212th troopers remaining on the battlefield, Cody will roll a double roll every attack. And there's quite a few 212th on the board, so he's going to be double rolling for most of this game. And then Asajj Ventress, she will not receive a roll reduction when using her lightsaber throw. For all Jedi and wielders, they get a -1 roll. However, she does not succumb to that. And then finally, I have a handy dandy little bucket here that I will be pulling out the tokens. And this means tier 2 armor. Each of these are have a little token indicator here. So the tier 2 armor would be for the swamp speeders or the spider droid. They're both tier 2. Okay. So, and then finally, the last little quick tidbit. This is a moving little dongle here. I use this. I put it at the head of the squad leader. That's movement. This is 1 foot. This one's made with a pipe cleaner because it can bend around corners and things like that. Most units can only move half a foot to where my finger is, and they can still attack. A foot. And this is the attack one where they have to have a full line of sight. That's why this is straight. You can't curve your line of sight, so I will be using this as a line of sight to attack other units. Okay, and we'll go more in depth with this in later videos, but I just wanted to start out with a quick, just show you how the game works. Okay, so I'm going to rustle these up and we're going to see which team is going to go first. Let's see. It's going to be the droids. The droids are going to go first, and we're going to move first with, this is light infantry, so this will be the B1 battle droids. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to come around here and I'm going to pick which light infantry droid I want to move first. Alright, let's see here. I do have a large collection of forces of battle droids here. However, there's also a large collection of clones here ready to fight any droids that come this way. I think I want to go ahead and move these and attack this squad here because resistance seems to be light on this side, and if we can get the quick attack on them, then we might be able to capture this sector with fairly little resistance. So we're currently not in range. Actually, oh no, we're not in range. This is not, I'm using this commander, but I have to reach the other squad leader's head, and he's hiding behind that rock over there, so I actually can't reach him. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here and try and hide behind this cover, which will in turn, if they attack back, will give me a defensive bonus. So I'm going to take my squad leader here, put him back there, and then move all of my troops along with him. This is probably the most time-consuming part, just the movements, but... And I can touch him. Both heads of the squad leaders touch, which means I can attack. He is hiding behind this rock, which is a defense of -1. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 battle droids. However, I get a -1 roll, so I only can roll with 6 dice. Okay,
So we're gonna come over here to the dice board. I'm gonna grab 6 dice here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we're gonna roll. Okay, I get 2 5s, a 4, and a 6. So 1 through 3s are misses. 4s are instant kills. 5s are injures. And 6s are pins / retreats, depending on how many pins the squad has. So that equals 1 clone trooper dead, 2 clone troopers injured. These are misses. And then 1 clone trooper is pinned. So we're gonna come over here. So when taking away from the squads, we start with the least important squad member, I guess you could say. So this guy's the squad leader. He's the very last to go. These two have what looks like to be a droid popper and a thermal detonator. So they are the second last to go. So these two are the first to go. Now, I'll just pick one of these to die. He dies. He is completely removed from the board. And then 2 of these guys are injured. So this one is injured first because he's one of the first to go. And then I just have to pick one of these 2. It doesn't really matter. I'm just going to go with this guy here. He is injured. And then it goes to the pin. This guy is pinned. He is pinned and he has to sit down, indicating that he is pinned. If the whole squad end up getting pinned, so if this guy gets pinned as well, then they have to roll to see if they quote unquote panic, like in bolt action, and are removed from the game. So they're fine for now, but they just took one heck of a volley from those battle droids right there. Okay. So once we're done with that, we're gonna take this token that I just used on them, and I'm gonna put it right there, right next to them. Green on green is kind of hard to see, but we'll make do. Okay. So one thing that you guys should also know is that each faction has its own upgrade, I guess you could say. So with the battle droids, unfortunately, they are the regular B1 battle droids. They are weak. So 4s, obviously 4 rolled obviously kills them, but so do 5s. 5s also kill them. Their bonus is that they can ignore all pins and all retreats. It is not within their droid programming to be ducking behind cover, retreating, things like that. They only move forward, so that's their bonus. Clones, on the other hand, any roll that is rolled as a miss, so 1, 2, or 3, can be re-rolled 1 time. Okay, that's their bonus there. And then the B2 super battle droids, they are considered heavy infantry, and what that means is that they cannot be injured. So a roll of 5 against the super battle droids is negated. So the super battle droids are pretty powerful. They ignore 5s rolled against them, and they ignore 6s rolled against them. So you can pretty much only take them out by getting a critical shot on them. So yeah, they got quite a few of those guys. So good luck to the clones. Okay, so we're gonna draw again. Another light infantry. Another light infantry for the droids. Okay. So we're gonna, I can't use them because they've already been used. I could capitalize on this attack, but I'm worried that
these guys might not be in range because they can travel a foot, but if they want to attack in the same move, they can only travel half a foot and attack, and they're definitely not in range. I don't think this move would really help me out too much, so I'm gonna move back over to this side, and I'm gonna see about maybe attacking these airborne troopers. I think if I get this guy, and that's another rule, is that I cannot pre-sight. I can't take my guy over here and put him down. I am going to put him down here, but I couldn't put him down here, see if he's going to be in range, and then, oh no, he's not going to be in range, I'm going to move him again. You can't do that. That's not allowed, but I'm going to leave him here anyways. He can reach to this squad leader right here, and I'm just gonna move these guys up just a little bit here. So they are behind a defensive barrier. So the difference between a natural barrier like these are grasses and rocks. These give a -1, okay? With the defensive barriers, these are specifically built defensive barriers. It's kind of hard to tell from this angle, but if you grab the camera here, if you could see, it's kind of like a little bunker in there with windows and everything like that. So that is a specifically designed defensive barrier that gives a bonus. I am gonna go back to the previous move because I did forget one thing, was that every single barrier can give a -1. They could ignore one retreat or one pin move. So this guy is indeed actually not pinned down because they only rolled 1/6, one pin, meaning that canceled out, and he doesn't have to pay attention to that. Now, that's for natural barriers, grasses, rocks, things like that. For these specific, like bunker type barriers, they can ignore 2 of those pin rolls. If there's a trench, they can ignore 3, and if they're inside of a building, they could ignore all. But there's no trenches or buildings on this map here, so we're not going to be worried about that. Pretty much, these natural barriers can ignore 1 pin or 1 retreat, a 6, and then these can ignore 2. Okay, so we're gonna head back to the battle. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 droids, -1 because, excuse me, -2 because this is a defensive barrier. So that leaves us with 4 dice that we're going to be rolling here. Let's see if we can get another good roll here. The camera will focus. Okay. 4 dice. One guy is injured, and they ignored these 2 6s because, like I said, it is a defensive barrier. So one clone trooper here is injured. So we're just gonna take, let's see here. So I can, so this guy is the leader here, and there's 3 guys with actual equipment. So we got a thermal detonator, a droid popper, and a binocular. I think I'm gonna down the guy with the binocular simply because I think the clones are gonna need as much firepower as they can get. So this guy's not dead though, but he is injured. Maybe we can get a syringe up to him, help him out, get him revived. Okay. So now I'm gonna take this token, put it next to those guys. Those guys are done. Gonna come over here. We're gonna roll, or excuse me, we're gonna draw. We get E for engineer on the droid side. The droids are getting quite many pulls. That's mainly because they have quite a few number higher squads. Probably like 3 or 4 more squads than they do. So we are going to do something with this guy. I think I'm going to move him a little bit higher up behind this barrier right here, simply because that's where the tank battles, that's where the spider droids and the swamp spears are going to clash, kind of in this area. So I want him up here to be able to heal these. And engineers, one time a turn can heal 3 HP points. All right, health points, 3 health points. And you'll see what I mean when these guys start going at each other. All right. So we're gonna put that engineer token right there. Okay. Oops. We had a Lego piece drop. That's all right. All right. Let's go ahead and draw again another light infantry battle droid. There we go. So I'm going to put this to the side here. We're going to go ahead and take a little break here just because my camera's about to die, and then we'll come back with the light infantry on the droids. See y'all in a bit. Okay, and we're back where we left off. I had to take a little break, came back, did a little wardrobe change, and we're gonna pick up where we left off. So we have drawn the light infantry for the droids. There we go. And the droids are getting all the token pulls right now, which is not good for the clones, but maybe the 212th can finish off strong here. Okay, so we are going to probably move let's move this giant squad here. What are we gonna do with them? Maybe we could finish off that airborne squad. Get the jump on them. So, I'm gonna grab my movers here. Where do I want to move them? I don't love the idea of moving them out in the open because then they don't have any cover. But I think it might be the only way that I could attack that squad. Okay. Got a lot of troops to move here, so it'll just take me a minute. But I did want to mention that in the first part, before the break, I forgot to mention that when a trooper is injured, the equipment that he's holding gets dropped to the ground. That does not include rocket launchers, but it includes thermal detonators, binoculars, things like that. So this clone here, his binoculars would be got knocked out, and this guy's droid popper would get knocked out as well. So we fixed that up. Okay. So I think this is a line of sight. Yes, the two heads do touch. This is 8 dice minus 2 for the defensive barrier. And then we are going to roll some dice here. So we've got 6 dice. They can ignore 2 6s rolled against them. All right. What do we have? We have a 4 and a 5. Okay. Let's see. So this guy's gonna drop the droid popper and be injured, and this guy's gonna drop the thermal detonator and he will be killed. Now these dropped items can be picked back up, but they have to be within 3 inches of a friendly unit, specifically the squad leader. Okay, so that light infantry is done. We'll pop it right there. The clones really need a pull right now. Let's see if they can get one. They don't. It's actually a super battle droid squad. It's upside down. It's a heavy infantry. HI. Okay, so we're gonna come over here. And I guess we're gonna move this heavy infantry right here. Okay. So let's go ahead. We got the squad leader here. I think I'm going to. I think I'll just move them right here behind this rock. That's not a line of sight. I'll check just to make sure. But being behind this rock, he can't be targeted by he can't be targeted this way because he's hiding behind that rock, and I think he can't be targeted this way. No, I don't. No, he can't be. So he can't be attacked. He can't attack the clone trooper, but he can't be attacked either. So yeah, not every move ends up in an attack, but for the most part, they do. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. We have our first Republic drop. Our first Republic pull. We have O for officer. Okay. So once again, this is our officer right here. Let me zoom in for you. That's our officer right there. And he just has 1 clone trooper with him, but what the officer can do is they can move and attack as a normal squad. They would only have 2 dice to roll with. They can do that, or he can command another unit within a foot of him to use his turn. Okay, and that's what I think I'm going to do, because he's in a safe position. He can't really be attacked. So he's going to command another squad within a foot to do something else, not counting as their turn. It'll count as his turn. So who is in a foot of him? This squad over here is in a foot. I think I'm going to use them simply because they're about to get wiped out, and I want to use some of their firepower before that happens. Okay, I'm going to use this thermal detonator that this guy has right here. This thermal detonator that he has, we're going to go ahead and we're going to throw it. So with that,
you could throw it within 6 inches. He is within 6 inches right here. And then the damage that it will do for being thrown is, I just have to do a quick look in the rule book here. Scroll down. So an explosive can be thrown at the unit for a guaranteed hit of 3 HP if it's attacking the vehicle, or 1 kill and 1 injure. Now, he is throwing it just rereading the rules here. Okay. Yes. He can throw it at them for a guaranteed 1 kill and 1 injure. However, remember, they are super battle droids, so they can ignore the 1 injure. So, this guy's going to chuck this thermal detonator. It's going to land right here. It's going to blow up and it's going to kill 1 super battle droid. Okay. Then, hold on. And then this officer has used his turn. Okay. Another Republic. Here we go. Okay. We have a tier 2 hero. That will be Commander Cody. So, they are really making a push on this side over here. Where do I want him to go? I can't pre-sight. So I think I'm going to move him behind this barrier right here and just call it that for him, because I cannot attack after that. Yeah. We'll move him right there where he was, right there. Okay. Commander Cody has moved up to attacking range of those squads right there. We're going to put his token right next to him. He's done. Alright. Next pull. We have Tier 3 hero. That's going to be Asajj Ventress. Alright. Tier 3 hero. Let's come over here and take a look at what we've got. I'm going to grab my sticks here. So it looks like the majority of the battle, there's a battle going on here, but the Republic hasn't been able to attack back yet. I think when they can attack back, they'll be able to thwart this attack fairly decently. This over here is looking a little dicey, especially with them coming up here. I think the clones are going to be struggling on this side, so I do want to push the advantage. So I'm going to take Asajj Ventress and I'm going to move her up all the way up here. She's hiding behind a little shrub bush right there. She's getting ready to attack next turn. It's going to be Commander Cody and Asajj Ventress doing that. Okay. Ooh, we have the sniper. We've got the sniper for the clones. There we go. Remember, the sniper is this guy right here. Now, a sniper cannot move and attack. He can only attack from his sitting or standing or laying down position. But he has attack range of 3 feet, which is pretty much anywhere in the map. It just needs to be a clear line of sight. Now, finding the right line of sight is the tricky part. If I get down here, it looks like he's got a line of sight to these droids over here, and he's going to take that shot. Okay. So it's just one dice, but he's got pretty long range. What's going to happen? He's going to kill one droid. Boom. Not a bad shot. That takes the droid's attack power down one dice. Okay. We're going back to the droids. A light infantry token has been pulled for the droids. Who do we have left over here? We've got some people in the back. And we've got some people in the back. We've got some rocket launcher squads here. I still don't want to move these rocket launcher squads up yet. I want to draw out these swamp speeders. So I'm going to move these droids back here into attack range. So they're going to come around here, right to about right here. I think that's a good spot to be ready, possibly to jump on that sniper's nest and do some real damage. That token down there, and let's continue on. Oh, I forgot to put the sniper token down. There we go. Okay. All right. We have our first vehicle, it appears. We have a tier 2 armor vehicle for the Separatist. That is going to be the dwarf spider droid. Let's see here. Now these guys can move a foot and attack. That is for most vehicles. Okay. So what we're gonna do, I'm actually not gonna. Let's see here. Let's see where this guy can go. He is actually going to come up right behind these guys. There is no penalty for shooting through a squad. Maybe I'll add that rule in the future, but currently right now there isn't one. And vehicles, they can attack from their very front, their closest portion of the vehicle to the head of the other guy. Let's see if we can actually get there. Yeah, I think we'll count that. So we'll put that token down right there. And so he can roll, it's a tier 2, so he can roll 4 dice, -2. Because of the defensive barrier, that's going to be a 2 dice roll. He injures him. This squad has been down. This airborne squad is down. They can still be revived with some syringes, but we got to get these guys up there in order to administer the Bacta. Okay. Moving on. All right. We have a light infantry for the Clone Boys. All right. Let's see here. I might do exactly what I just said and move these guys, grab all 3 of these syringes, and then go and administer them. The only problem is I have to be within, to make an action move, it has to be within only 6 inches, just like it would be to attack. So would I even be in range? I would be
pretty darn close. So we have these back to here in this container. These clone troopers are we're gonna dump it out. We're gonna grab them up because we need to revive this squad. Ideally before the end of this. Well, I actually won't be able to. Maybe on the next turn. Okay, so these guys are gonna grab all these syringes. They're gonna move right where I have him here. So he's undercover, waiting for the next round to be able to go and grab these guys. One more. And then this guy right here. Okay. So we've got these guys in position here with their syringes, waiting for hopefully next round to go and revive these airborne troopers. Okay. That's it for them. Also, we could, if need be, grab them, pick them up, just like we would any equipment, and drag them back here to this medical droid. But that is a last-ditch resort. I want to use these syringes if possible. Okay, we have pulled another Tier 2 armor for that other spider droid over there. Alright, let's take a look at what we want to do. Do I love the idea of splitting up my spider droids? No. But I think if I pull these two rocket rocket launcher squads, can cancel out one spider droid and be able to attack that swamp speeder, and then we've just got this guy on his own over here, ready to mop up. Okay, so this guy can actually move all the way over here at the tip of his leg, and the tip of his leg is going to go right here. We can still rotate him though. I'm going to go ahead and rotate him there. We'll put the token down because he has finished his move. And remember, they can move a foot and attack. Sorry about that. Yep, we got a line of sight on this squad here. That is 4 dice minus 1. Now remember, this was 4 dice minus 2 because this is a fortified defensive barrier. This is just a natural barrier, just a little rock right there. So that's 4 minus 1. That's going to be 3 dice here. Okay. One is killed. Both are killed. They're both dead. So what happens is, they are both going to be removed from the battle. Now what happens to these guys? They stay on the battlefield. However, if they are revived, they will join the closest, nearest compatible squad. So they're light infantry. If they were to be revived, they would join these guys right here. If there are no other compatible squads, then they would be revived and then start their own squad, but they would have to head back to the HQ and start all the way over at the HQ. Okay? Man, clones are getting beat up here. I had a funny feeling it might happen, but we'll see. We got light infantry for the clones here. Alright. Who do we have? We've got these guys over here, but I don't want them moving out anywhere. Simply for the fact that this sector seems like a lost cause. But we still have 4 sectors here. That middle sector is only being held by that sniper. Okay? We cannot lose this sector. This is unlosable. Okay? If we are to win this, we're going to have to let these droids stretch their forces out and then do a counter attack. It seems like the only option for me right now. I think this sector is pretty secure. We've got Kenobi here. We've got quite a few squads in the back. Our swamp speeders are here. So I think it's safe if these guys get out of their defensive position and maybe go more on the attack. So let's see. I can get them all the way up. Let's say to right here. So he's kind of being protected from both directions a little bit. Obviously that's up to interpretation and whoever's attacking him, but I think for this sake he's safe against most attacks. Maybe I should have picked up that thermal detonator before I moved them, but I don't know if he was in range. I should have checked, but that's on me, the commander. I made that mistake. Hopefully it won't bite them in the butt coming up here to attack these droids all by themselves. We'll see. Alright. We're getting low on the dice, or low on the tokens here. We've got another regular battle droid squad. I think it's safe for me to go ahead and attack these guys that I literally just moved up here. These droids were just kind of waiting to make their move, and I think now's the time. So I think they are going to loop around, come on the back side of this tree, and we're going to point blank them here. This squad has the rocket launcher upgrade and the thermal binocular upgrades. However, the thermal binoculars are negligent here because they're definitely in range. However, the rocket launcher will apply. So, we'll get a quick look at the rules, and the rocket launcher will add 2 dice to this attack. Okay? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now remember, I said that he was intentionally trying to hide behind this. So I'm going to count that. It's a little iffy, but just for the sake of this, I'm going to count it. So we've got four droids, so that's 4 dice plus 2. For the rocket launcher, back down to -1 since they're firing against a covered enemy. All right. They can ignore this roll. 1 trooper is killed, 1 trooper is injured. We'll go, he'll die, he'll be injured. Okay. That's it for that squad. Let's move on to the next one. We have a light infantry by the Republic. I think this is our last one here. What do I want to do with them? Man, I really wish Kenobi was, or my swamp speeders were drawn way before all this, but it is what it is. Okay, so I think we're going to have to pull these guys out. They're going to come and they're going to hide behind this rock. I think they're going to take some shots at Asajj Ventress.
Alright, so we do have 5 clones here. From this angle, Ventress is actually not hiding behind that barrier. So we're going to do 5 dice. Now, what a tier 3 hero requires is you have to get 3 of the same dice to matter at all. They still take pins for a 6s rolled, but if 3 6s are rolled, they have to surrender. If 3 4s are rolled, they die, and if 3 5s are rolled, they are injured. They still, if 1 or 2 6s are rolled, then they get 2 pins. And the way that the pins work on the heroes is the pins go all the way up to 6 pins total on one hero, and then when they're at 6 pins, they get rolled against to see how many wounds they take, and they can take wounds relative to their tiers. But yeah, let's just see what this roll is and explain if anything happens. So, okay, wow. We have 1, 2, 3 6s. That is a magnificent roll because Asajj Ventress right here has to drop her lightsabers, throw her hands up. Alright. She is currently surrendering to the clones, which is crazy to say. Now, she can, since she is right where she's at, surrendering right where she's at, she is capable of being saved by her fellow battle droids. However, most of them in the area have already been used. These guys here might be able to get to her and save her. However, if we get another clone pull, they might be able to capture her. I don't know if too many of them are in range, but we'll see what happens. Okay, we will see what happens. We have one more light infantry. Unfortunately, this light infantry was dedicated to these guys that will now be taken off the board because the squad leader has perished. So that is the first token. That's the first squad that has been completely eliminated. Tier 2 armor. All right, we've got our speeder here. We have our swamp speeder. What is our range here? Okay. So we're actually going to come up here and see if we can't take out old Ventress. Let's see. Let's see if we got some specific rules on captured enemies. Let's see here. Alright, if there's a surrendered enemy, a surrendered hero per se, then their defensive buffs are -2. Okay, so for a basic hero, or for a tier 1 hero and a tier 2 hero, that would mean that just one roll would kill them. Excuse me, it's -1, not -2. So yeah, -1 for everybody. So a tier 2 hero, tier 1 hero, and a tier 2 hero, just 1/4 would kill them. However, with the Asajj Ventress, she is down to 2. So, again, she's not hiding behind that. So we get all 4 dice here. Man, they lucked out there. She lucked out there. If one of these, if this one was a 5, then she would have been injured. She lucked out. Okay. Borderline a wasted move, but had to take a risk. Okay, we got a light infantry here. So I think these droids back here are going to see if they could reach Ventress before she gets into any more trouble. Okay. So they definitely can reach her. Now what's going to happen is they're going to take her up in her squad. And then she will be freed from captivity. So they basically came to her rescue. And now she is relieved from her surrender state. She is back up and running. And she is lucked out that she had one more troop in her range. All right. We only got a couple more tokens here. We pull another super battle droid. I think we're gonna go with let's go with these super battle droids here, and we're gonna attack these guys right here. And if it's within close enough range, you don't even really need to use the markers. At least I don't, because I've been playing this for quite a while, so I get an understanding of what 6 inches is roughly estimated to be. I know that would be within range. Okay, so we're gonna attack with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dice, -1 because of the barrier. Let's see what happens. 1 trooper is killed. They ignore that pin, and then this pretty little shiny clone bites the dust. All right. Okay, we get an engineer. He's placed right here. They can't really do much more than what they're doing right now, so 1 goes to them. The second engineer just got pulled. That goes to him as well. None of my swamp speeders are in any kind of danger. We've got the last swamp speeder pulled here. And that'll be the guy at the top right here. So these guys are not doing too hot. We're going to give them some support. We're going to fire on these super battle droids. They are not in cover. Remember, they do have to be rolled a 5 in order to be killed. or excuse me, a 4 to be killed. No 5s will do. 2 4s. What a great roll by that swamp speeder. So 2 of these droids are gonna get knocked out, which was desperately needed for these clones. All right. What do we have here? We have another light infantry. That was for these airborne troops, which they cannot use because they are down. We got one more super battle droid squad. That looks like it's those guys over there. Wow. The clones have kind of just left a wide open space right here up the middle. We're just going to move over here and get right here. Yes, the sniper can target us, but there's so many of these guys, and it's pretty much just a sniper and General Kenobi right there that I'm not too worried about them being attacked. Well, now that I said that, I just remembered that General Kenobi is the final remainder pull. I've pulled every single one except for General Kenobi, which is highly unfortunate. I could have used... Actually, no, there's one more down in there. Here we go. We got a tier 4 hero. That will be Mr. General Kenobi himself. Yeah, he's going to charge right into those super battle droids. Now, this will have to be called a close assault because the super battle droids are indeed behind a defensive barrier. So, General Kenobi is going to come up here. He can move a foot and melee attack within 1 inch. That's definitely within range here. We're going to come to our close assault rules. And General Kenobi attacks first. However, after he attacks, the super battle droids can attack back. Okay. Any 6s that are rolled will be ignored. There are no pins, and there are no retreats in the close assault. And whichever unit is left with the most units, the other unit must retreat 1 foot. Now, if a hero is against a close assault, he or she will revert to the number of dice they roll. So currently, General Kenobi can roll 5 dice, and the super battle droids can roll 5 dice. So it's 5 versus 5. We'll see what happens. General Kenobi rolls first. The 6 is ignored, and he misses all of his swings. He's the Kenobi show version of Kenobi. He's not Revenge of the Sith Kenobi, unfortunately. Super battle droids will attack back, and as you can see, there are 3 dice here that are 5s. If this were Asajj Ventress or Commander Cody, General Kenobi would be injured. However, he is a tier 4 hero, so he needs 4 dice. He would need another 5, but they didn't roll it. And so what happens in close assault rules is, so the close assault battle will continue until there is a winner. So General Kenobi will go next. So he ends up killing 1 of these super battle droids. He's gone. And then let's see if the droids are able to kill him. They would have to get a real lucky roll here. They're kind of close. They were 50-50, but they did not get it. General Kenobi yeah, General Kenobi wins this encounter. So the super battle droids have to retreat a foot back from where he attacked. He attacked this direction, so they gotta go straight back there. So straight back right in front of these guys. So General Kenobi pushes out the Separatists and keeps control of that sector. Good job, General Kenobi. That's not looking very good for him, these guys right here. But you never know what can happen. Okay. The Jedi are tough, but they're not invulnerable. And then last we have one more light infantry. That is going to be our rocket squad here. Alright, and we're going to go ahead and move them probably to attack General Kenobi, I think. If we can make it, I think we can. Put them right here. Oh yeah, we definitely can because we have the binoculars. So they can move, or they can go an extra 6 inches, which would have been to about right like there, but he's definitely well within range. So 1, 2, 3, 4 plus 2 for the rocket launcher. That's 6 dice. Okay. Let's see what happens to General Kenobi. Nothing really happens. This pen does indeed count. So what's going to happen is General Kenobi is going to have another dice marker at his side, indicating the amount of pens that he has. Currently he has 1 pen, so he's going to get a dice on the 1, indicating that he has 1 pen on him. Okay, and that's the end of the first round. So thank you everybody for tuning in. This video is getting pretty long, so what I'm going to do is say that this first round was just an introduction, kind of showing you what the rules of the game are like. At the end of this first round, all these tokens will be picked back up, put back in the bin, and then everything will start again at round 2. But just so you see what's going on right here, 1 clone squad was wiped out. It was that one over there. No other squads have been wiped out. The droids have not taken very much damage. However, the clones have taken a beating. Now, unfortunately, they did not get very good pulls from the bucket, and that's just how the game goes sometimes. But as of right now, this one is controlled by the droids because the droids far outnumber the clones. This one is controlled by the clones, or Republic. We got Republic here, thanks to General Kenobi. Still got that one controlled. Still have this one controlled. Still have this one controlled. And then this one is probably the most contested. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 because it goes through the squad leader here. So he's got 5 in his squad. So we got 5 here. We got 4 here for super battle droids. We have this one's kind of on the line, but we're going to pick this one. So we have a tier 2 armor. We have another tier 2 armor. So we have the tier 2 armors cancel out. We have 4 versus 5. The clones, the Republic, currently control this sector. And then the droids control those 4. So at the end of round 1, the clones took a beating, but they are currently still winning the battle. That could change. I have a feeling it might, but you never know what could happen with these rolls, if we're being honest. Asajj Ventress was almost, that could have been a game changer right there, but that's how quickly these games can change.